Here. Okay. Pronti. Let's go. So today we will make a video regarding the Soundpost, which was actually in episode 5, the right Soundpost position. So I would just think, if you haven't seen episode 5, stop now, watch video episode 5 regarding the correct Soundpost position. Talking about the Soundpost, and if you look in books, what I just did here in the book of Hans Weishaar about violin restoration, which is kind of, for me, actually a Bible. It's the first book where it's very reliable. If you have to do something, you look in and you can just find a very good way and method. It's surprising that he gives you a lot of the advices of gauges and things for Soundpost setting, but nothing how he actually fits a Soundpost. Different here in the Common Sense Instrument Care, written by James McKean. It's a small booklet, you know, you wouldn't just say. But actually, it's what is written very good. And immediately in the beginning, he says that the Soundpost is the simplest piece of the whole violin, but probably the most difficult one to adjust it. Today, mainly the first one is how I fit the Soundpost. Now in the violin, it's very small, very tiny. The F-holes are very narrow. The hole behind is also very small. So we have difficulties to record that. So we take a cello over there. So we will first today just fit a Soundpost. And a week later, I will show you how I put in the Soundpost setter in order to move the Soundpost and how much and more or less move it, okay? Let's go in the workshop. Now, let's fit a Soundpost, okay? I have them already rounded very nice. I have plenty of those. And I have one which, for this kind of instrument, now this one is not finished or varnished. Don't look at the cello and whatever. I just took it in order that it's bigger and it's easier to look at. We take now my sample Soundpost and we just put it inside. And we put on the light, which I think is really working very well. We put it on the F-hole and I think this works great, okay? Now here this one is very big. You don't have to make it really big, but just one thing which I think is very important is that the Soundpost setter in the front is rather thin and big, in order that you have a lot of surface which touches inside, okay? I don't like it if it's so tiny. This is, and too strong the angle, then it's actually not working this well. If it's bigger and like this, very good. And then we put it on, you don't squeeze it, just a little bit, and then we go inside, okay? So now we put in the GoPro and you can assist how I put this Soundpost into the right position, okay? Even somebody is at the door. Everybody wants everything right now. So, here we go. This now is actually how I put in the Soundpost, okay? And then I go like this. And now, more or less straight, in the right position. And then I can see in the GoPro how it looks like. I try to keep it in the right position. Now it's a little bit difficult for me to have it perfectly, but what I can see in the upper part, the angle is pretty close, and the lower one I could make it a little bit stronger, and the whole thing should be longer. Let's say, yeah, about 1 centimeter. So I go out again. Yeah, like this. Some makers on YouTube I saw, they just do it all through the F-hole. It's very nice to look at, and you as a viewer, you can see everything and you think this is the way it should be done. If you want to fit this surface to the top in the best way, you have to look from the back side, so you have to take off everything. as I told already in the previous video, it's the upper side which I think is the main area, which is the most important, but both sides actually should be perfectly fitted. If they're not fitted, the Soundpost always is twisting a little bit. So what I just now make is we take here a new one and I just cut it more or less the same way. And then we take the other side, but for sure this one is just rough. Then you have to adjust it. So we do it like this and then a little bit longer, okay? And then we look how the grain is, all the same. And then I cut also the other one, okay? Just watch out to cut very nice without scratching, without that it's splitting off away. So now we have the same Soundpost, just far too long, okay? But that's okay. This is then afterwards the only reference you have if it is perfectly 90 degrees to what you were choosing the wood. So that's more or less how I put it inside, okay? Tuck. You do it like this and this fits very well, okay? So now I fit the upper side. In order to fit the upper side, I make it a little bit wet. I'm licking it always, otherwise you have a jar of water and then you just make it a little bit wet. And then I put it like this. Now I need better glasses, sorry. I'm always trying to cut it from the outside towards the inside. So actually my main focus is the middle, in order that it is perfectly flat. How you can see, it is not perfectly flat now, so I still have to now we look how it is cut it, and it's far too much, so now I have to adjust it. In order to adjust it, I love to use something like this, which is we call it squadra falsa, a wrong square, because you can adjust it. So I take the original Soundpost, which I had before, I match it perfectly. Now with the right angle, I attach it here. I told you it is too much, and it is too much. So that means that we have to touch a little bit more in this area. Okay? I cleaned my surface on the top and on the lower end, more or less, pretty good. And we put it now into the right position. Okay? Yeah, like this. Oh, yeah. Wow, it's long. It's probably in the very middle right now, but we can put it into the right position and then we see. Then I love to see, I have my dots where the bridge feeds will be, so I can also check where it is. So this is where the Soundpost is. Okay, this is about here. So it's still very much inside, huh? Right now we will have to move it a little bit more. So by moving it a little bit more, I also like to do it like this. Then I just take this one here like this, and then I do like this, and then I push it out on the upper side. No Soundpost should be at all under pressure. It's just that on a new instrument under pressure, we know already that it becomes shorter by the time being. So this one should be actually about 4 millimeters like this, and we are right now here. So we have to move out 4 millimeters. And I think it is a little bit too tight for what we have to do. And the tightness you also feel a little bit on the Soundpost. It is already up, so I think we have to shorten it a little. Okay, so let's do that. So to shorten the Soundpost, I just take one angle on one side and I take a 90 degrees on the other side and I make it precise, and then I shorten it. Very nice. Just want to double check the same thing here on this side. So we put in now the GoPro here and put it into its final position. The GoPro and the Soundpost. Let me see. Ah, yeah, the fresh varnish here. Yeah, working against the light. And yeah, and then we do it like this. Now we have it here in the final position, which means that if this is now the sound post, and I can measure with this one where it is exactly, this white dot is where the bridge feed is. So here it is here, okay, and from here it is actually standing like this. Which means it's the distance from here to the line of the bridge of the thickness of the wood in this area, which is approximately on this cello 5 millimeters, and from the bridge feed it is 4 millimeters inside. Yeah, and this is actually the perfect position. Then straight down, and if we look now from the GoPro side inside, you see that actually it is pretty straight. I personally have here something which I see which is open, so I will retouch it a little bit. I looked already with this mirror on the back side and I saw that underneath here it is a little bit open also, so I will take it out again, take away from this side and the front here in order that it attaches better. It is a little bit on the longer side and I don't want to have too much force. On a double bass I would even put a clamp like this on the C, you know, and then I squeeze it a little bit in order that this belly is coming up. On a double bass we're talking about when it is newly fitted to when you play it for 5-6 months, a new double bass, new, it's coming to 4 or 5 millimeters, that the Soundpost afterwards has to be longer. Okay, so that's why new made instrument we make it a little bit longer and a little bit under pressure. But pressure actually I don't think is so nice. But opinions are divided. Next video where I show you how you move the Soundpost. Okay, so now just to show you the matter it is, okay? I hope you like it and you appreciate what we're doing. Put your comments below. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.